Hi everybody, I am Odin, and today I am revisiting a game called Low Magic Age. I haven't played it in a while now, but it is a very enjoyable game. It is a party-based, turn-based RPG, and it appears, I guess, at first glance to be somewhat simplistic, maybe due to the graphical style, but it really is fun and engaging, and so I figured if you haven't seen this before, maybe this will inspire you to check it out. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Adventure here, and you can do a quick start with a party that is assembled for you, or you can go to New Adventure, and that's what we're going to do here. And we're going to keep the game difficulty right here on Classic mode because I am terrible at every game I play, and I basically never, ever use something like Hardcore mode or Roguelike mode, even though this one does sound kind of interesting. Because when your party perishes, the save game will be erased automatically, and I guess that means and forcefully. But anyway, so we're on classic mode, and I'm just going to leave everything on default here, but you can change the combat difficulty, monster party size, the maximum quantity of minion monsters, the character level cap, character level up speed, all kinds of stuff here. And this is on the general tab. And then if you go to world, you can have your procedural generation here. You have your world seed, and then it can apply to different things. And then there's other world settings, and then town settings, custom class build rate of adventurers in town. And so I'm assuming, I don't know for sure, but this has to be, or this is related to what kind of different classes or how often you'll get unique classes for people that you can recruit in towns. I could be completely wrong on that, and I probably am. All right, so we're going to hit OK. Then you got your house rules screen. So again, this is incredibly customizable. It's kind of ridiculous. Again, I'm just going to leave everything as it is by default, but you can see there are just so many things you can change. And if we scroll down, there's even more. It is, again, ridiculous, but in a very good way. All right, so we're going to hit OK. And so it's going to take you here. So this is where there will be some pre-generated characters here, but there's also some that I've created in the past. If you see some really weird names, those are people from my stream. It's not their fault. And so you can see I've made many here. And so you can make your own characters by going to New down here, and you can build them from the ground up. But in the interest of time, I'm probably just going to pick some ones that are pre-existing here. So we have a fighter here, a level 1 half-orc fighter. So I'm going to choose them. Now, as you can see, you can choose up to 6 people for your party here at the beginning. I usually go with 4 just because that's kind of the traditional party number in this type of game, and then that way you can recruit more. People are going to die, so I mean you can go ahead and fill it up and that'll be fine. But anyway, so we're going to take Holg, the half-orc fighter. And then cleric seems like a good idea for some healing. So what do we have here? These are human clerics. Yeah, well, let's go with Sean here. Why not? And then a wizard would probably be interesting. We have a gnome wizard here. And as you can see, if you kind of just if you mouse over the race here, you see the racial bonuses and all that kind of stuff. This right here is their, what do you call it? Of course, it escapes me now that I'm recording. But yeah, they are neutral, and they can be lawful neutral, chaotic neutral, alignment. That's the word I was looking for. So yeah, so let's go with this elf wizard. Why not? Barbarians seem like a good idea too. So we've got this guy right here, this half-orc barbarian. So I said I was going to do 4, but let's get one more here. So a sorcerer is going to be slightly different from a wizard. But I mean, obviously they're both magic users. I think I want to go. Why not? Let's pick up a sorcerer too, Lilinia. All right, so we're gonna have 5 people in our party, and we're just gonna go with it. All right, so you slowly open your eyes, dizziness still clouding your mind. A young woman sits beside you, looking down with concern painted over her face. Goddess bless, you're finally awake. How do you feel? Do you remember what happened? And this ought to be a familiar sight to anyone who's played a game in the last bajillion years, a shipwreck. I feel dizzy. Who are you? Did you save me? I am Eileen. We found you passed out along the beach. You're an adventurer, aren't you? But not from this land. The lady looks you over and asks, are you here alone, or were you with companions? I came with several adventurers. Did you see them? Well, we only found you. My companion Todd has been searching for others, but as of yet has uncovered no clues to where they may be. We must make haste to track them, for many monsters wander along the stretch of coastline. So Eileen anxiously explains, "We better prepare for a fight should you wish to save your companions. Are you ready?" Yeah. Let's go at once. I don't want to risk losing any of my friends. Alright, so here's our first quest. We know that we've woken up on a strange beach. Lady Eileen found us. She's a member of the Adventurers Guild. And we need to look for clues along the coastline to find our other party members. So our objective right now is to travel to the destination. And over here you can see that Eileen has joined our party. So it's just me and Eileen right now. Alright, so now it's going to give us some of this tutorial stuff. World travel and time-lapse. So by default, the world is paused. When you click on any reachable location, time starts to pass. And then until the end of the move, the world is still again. So here we are on the world map. This is our party. And this is our destination right here, indicated by the orange exclamation point. So we're going to click on that. Alright, so while searching along the coastline, you soon find some obvious signs of a struggle written upon the sands of the beach. You see a smattering of messy footprints, some human size, but most smaller. Fortunately, after further exploration, you make a discovery, a backpack buried in the sand and a few scattered potions. Your companion's belongings. You use the tracks to determine which direction they headed. Onward. Alright, so we obtained 2 +1 potions of Cure Wounds, and so that's going to heal 2d8 plus 1. We have a potion of heroism, which is a +2 morale bonus. We have a light crossbow and 20 bolts. Alright, so we're going to need to head over here. So we'll just go around these hills. Get over here. You can see you have a day-night cycle. And there we go. Eileen, Goblin! A young fighter rushes at you with 2 goblins trailing behind. Spears sail over his shoulders and impale the ground just in front of you. So we could talk, but it's probably better to just say, let's draw our weapons, right? Alright, so then we get into combat. So, combat is turn-based. Each round's activity begins with the character with the highest initiative result. Alright, every character can perform 2 actions per turn. Move and attack. The most common tactic is to move to an enemy and attack. Imagine that. So if the enemy is already in your attack range, though, you can attack it directly and the attack will be more powerful. So attacking without moving, in other words, is more powerful than moving and then attacking. So here is the battle grid, and you can scroll in and out, by the way. I usually tend to zoom in pretty close, because I just kind of like to have a closer view, but obviously that's up to your preference. We've got a fog of war going on here, so we do not know if there's creatures here, and there probably are, because we only see 1 goblin impaler. And you can see all of this enemy's stats over there to the right. So this guy, he has 17 HP. And then also, if you look right here, we've got his speed. So that's how far they can move and around, and that's helpful because you can kind of, count and see if he can get to you and attack. And then over here, this is initiative. So initiative of 5. There's all the stats right there, including their modifiers. I'm assuming that this is very much just a base D20 system. You got your armor class right here. Over here you've got Fortitude, which is your ability to stand up to physical punishment. It's related to Constitution. Here's Reflex, which is related to Dexterity. That's your dodge. And then Will, that's resistance to mental influence and magical effects. And of course, that's related to Wisdom. Here's the attack information. You see the weapon they have. They have both javelin and a spear. And then you can see the damage the modifications to those rolls. You can also check out traits. This guy has dark vision. You can see all their equipment. More details. There's so much information in this game. It's one of the things I really like, even though my brain is too small to absorb most of it. And then feats as well. So these are like weapon proficiencies and things like that. So my first movement, here's the initiative order up here. Eileen is actually going to be first. And Eileen, now that we moused over her, we can see all of her stuff going on over here. And she has a heavy mace. And she can also cure wounds, turn undead, I guess, and bless. And all of that is down here. Also, you have an actions list. And if you click on this, you can see all available actions. Over here, these are miscellaneous actions. And this is obviously also visible under all actions. But you have skill actions, miscellaneous. Here's where you use an item. Here's your defend function. You can delay your turn. If you have a ranged attack, it's right there. And then your melee attack right there. Alright, so, question is, how far can she move? Well, she has a speed of 5. She is a melee fighter, so we want to see how far we can get her. So if you mouse over, you'll see the feet will not appear if you can't move there. Also, the grid is slightly highlighted in green. That's where she can move as well. So we're just going to move her right here. And you can see, based on her field of view or her line of sight, we've eliminated some of this fog of war. And now we can see both of these goblin impalers. Alright, so she's made her movement, but she can't attack, so we'll have her defend. And next, we are on Todd, which is the human fighter. He has, let's see here, a great sword, which is nice. Man, that's a plus 15 to attack. And he's got what looks like a little more movement. We'll move him up. Again, more of the fog of war has dispersed. And we'll have him defend. Alright, so you can see there's that movement of 6 right there, and then they hit Todd for 1 HP with their javelin. Not too big of a deal. And then it's me, finally, over here. I am Holg, the first person we selected for our party, the half-orc fighter. So we're all melee right here. And what I'm going to do is just move right up here. And once again, we're going to defend. Alright, so they missed with that javelin, so that's nice. And so now it's going to tell you about spells. When a spellcaster's turn begins, you can pick a spell in the action bar at the bottom of the screen to cast. And some powerful spells, such as Sleep, can only be casted without moving. So that's something you would definitely need to remember. So we could bless, and I do believe this blesses everyone within a 10 grid square. Yeah, it looks like it. Again, turn, this has to do with turning the undead. Obviously doesn't apply right here in this situation, and cure wounds. So we could bless, but we could also move and attack, and I kind of want to do that. So if you mouse over your target, you get your chance to hit. 75% is not bad. And depending on the result of the die roll, it could be anywhere between 3 and 10 damage. And this Goblin Impaler has 17 HP. Let's just go for it. And she missed. Alright, so moving on now to Todd. He has a 95% chance to hit over here and on this guy. I kind of want to move him right here to prevent Eileen from getting surrounded. So I believe he'll move here. I mean, we can just move then attack, or we can just kind of do this. Alright, we did 14 damage. That's quite nice. He attacked again, and there was a miss. So, of course, you would think, well, maybe you can't attack here, but as you've probably noticed, you can attack diagonally, so that's what we're going to do. Got rid of that Impaler. He's going to throw a Javelin, did 2 damage over here. And just to see how this goes, let's go ahead and bless our party. So we use Bless, and wherever you target it, it's going to be that 10 square grid. I would say radius, but they're squares, right? So I don't know how that works. So everybody is blessed now. You can see the icon there on the top right. And she can still move, but she won't be able to attack. So I'm going to have her kind of maybe move up here. Alright, so now it's Todd's turn, and I'm going to have him just go right in and attack. 16 damage, and then I'm going to come in here and clean it up. There we go. Alright, so here's the victory screen. We got 60 XP per player character. We got 60 gold, and our reputation increased by 1. Alright, these damn goblins. The young fighter must be the companion Todd that Eileen mentioned. After cursing the foul little beast, Todd reports the results of his search. Your companions have been taken away by a band of goblins. Unfortunately, the bulk of them broke camp by the time I picked up the trail. I killed 3 of them. The rest are no doubt with your friends. Alright, how are my companions? Are they hurt? Well, sorry, I couldn't see them clearly from such a long distance. They were still on their feet, though, so I doubt any are gravely wounded. Alright, what shall we do now? We should move towards Spike's fortress immediately. If we're lucky, we'll reach Spike's fortress in time to save your companions. And I don't really care about why he thinks that's where they are. That's where they are. So let's just head there. Alright. So, our quest has been updated here. And so, if we go down here, we can see our current quests and all the applicable information there. Also down here, while we're looking at it, we have trading goods that we're carrying, which I don't think we're carrying any right now. That's correct. And then here's just our inventory. So this is the party inventory down here, and this is the character inventory. As far as I remember, the potions, you don't put them on your person, you leave them in the party inventory, and you can use them from there. Here is where you can choose preset formations for when you go into battle, which can be quite useful. Right now, I'm not too worried about it. You can also prepare spells, and this is having to do with choosing which spells you take into battle. All right, and your level limits the number of spells you can prepare and cast. You can prepare the same spell more than once. That's why you see healing here 4 times. And these are all the ones that this particular person has learned. But she's not going to be in our party very long, so I'm not really going to mess with any of these. And then over here you have the skills list, and when you level up, you'll be able to upgrade skills and choose new ones. Things like that. So looking at the map here, we've got a forest farm here. It says there's no production license, and it's occupied by monsters. Well, if it's occupied by monsters, that means you got to clear it out if you want to gain anything from it. Once you clear it out, you can't just go in there and get some wood. You have to have a production license, and that will be taken or received, I'm sorry, from whatever town is kind of centrally located here, and this will be part of that town's influence, jurisdiction, whatever you want to say. All right, so we can see we've got these kobold skirmishers and slingers here kind of in our way. And it's also challenge level 4, and that's indicated also by the color of this skull. We're not ready for that. So we do not want to run into these guys, so I think we need to buy some time. Yeah, we need to... I don't remember this ever happening to me before. They never got in my way here during the little tutorial part. This is kind of frightening. Okay, so now they're gone. Okay, no they're not. This could be really bad. Like I said, I've never had this problem, but I really don't want to fight them. Let's see if we can go past them. No, we can't. This is going to be hilarious when they wipe my party here in the tutorial phase. Of course, this happens the one and only time when I'm recording a video of this game. So naturally you might wonder, well, can we flee? Can we get out of here? And the answer is yes, you can, but... Let's see, your party's about to escape the battle. Are you sure? Now all characters can escape safely. So that's a good sign. So that's not always going to be the case. So let's hit OK. Your party escaped the battle. Nothing bad happened, but we still can't get to the fortress because of these guys. So I'm going to go somewhere else. We're going totally out of pocket here. This is not supposed to happen. Let me see. So we could visit this manor and just see what happens. So this is a suspicious place with a difficulty rating of 19. And over here you'll see the person in your party with the best chance of completing the challenge. So there's a -1 here, there's a -2 here, because that's our skill rank, and it's based on intelligence. So Eileen has the highest intelligence, but it's still a 0. So she only has a 10% chance of searching and finding anything. So we don't want to try that. If we move over here, as we just improvise here because things have gone horribly wrong, here's a town, or a village I should say. We can go visit this village real quick. And then this gives me the opportunity to go over this whole UI. So Port Redconch is a poor small town. Local residents do not know you, meaning we haven't done anything for them. Our relationship is 0. They have local specialties. They have chickens for trade goods, and they also have salted fish. So if you go over here, here's the tavern. And this is where you will get quests, or missions, whatever you want to call them. And it tells you what you will get for completing them. And you can click on them to get more information. So like if we click on price, or oh no, actually it won't tell you until you accept. That's right. So, well, a price survey means we have to go to Ale Village and look at the price of some item. And then probably return here. This one is delivering a letter to a certain location, which is Jeffrey Witch. Over here you have your adventurers that you can recruit, and this is how much it costs to recruit them. If there is a marketplace, not every place has one, this will show you what they have on offer. And the -24% means that this is generally cheaper here than you might find it elsewhere. So that's good to know if you want to get into trading. And then you have your blacksmith where you can buy items and weapons and things of that nature. All right, so... Oh, also I should point out, over here we have the party load. This is how much weight our party can carry. These are very important. These are your supplies. So as you move about, you will consume these, and also when you go and camp or rest when you're inside of a dungeon, they're also used up. Spell materials are necessary to cast spells, as you might imagine. And then there is the reputation again. So, here's town services. If we click on that, we can buy supplies, right? Which, again, are these up here. We can also abort a quest, but instead we're going to leave. And we're going to try to get back over here. Alright, so now they're going to tell us about supplies. Okay, so we consume these every day. Consumption of supplies is automatic. And if necessary, you can camp manually and consume supplies to restore your hit points. And as you can see, we can find them in most settlements. The price goes up the higher the party level. And then here's the weight. Alright, please tell... Oh my goodness. This is, like I said, never ever before has this ever happened. We really can't beat these guys. Challenge level 4 is way beyond us. And I don't know what we're supposed to do, to be perfectly honest. I guess we can just try fighting them, and then they'll kill my party, and that'll be the end of the video, and this will be the most embarrassing video I've ever made, and that is saying something, because all of my videos are embarrassing. I'm going to try one more time to see if we can... Okay, no, we want to leave. They're occupying this tent. Let me see. See, I can't even... Let's see if I can move here. Nope. Okay, we're going to have to fight. Let's just see how it goes. I know we're going to die, but it's okay. Alright, so this is a halfling slinger. This is a half-orc berserker. Luckily, they're all level 1. So the challenge level seems to be related more to probably the number of enemies than anything else right now. But alright, let's go. So Todd, these guys have ranged attacks, but it's probably not going to do a lot of damage. I kind of want to rush in and overpower them if I can. So let's go ahead and defend. That'll give us +2 defense. Alright, they missed. Alright, did 4 damage there. Alright, Eileen, I'm going to have her move up right behind him and defend. And then finally, it's Holg, and I'm going to have him move right up here as well and defend. Alright, it begins. Yep, I'm almost dead after 1 hit from that guy. That's wonderful. So now it's going to be time... I think there's a flank bonus. I'm pretty sure there is. So I kind of want to move Todd... Oh, that's right, I forgot about attacks of opportunity. No. So, when it comes to attacks of opportunity, you can move 1 square without getting attacked if you are in melee range with someone. But if you try to move more than 1 square, then there's going to be an attack of opportunity. So that's this 5-foot step. This says it spends no action and it never provokes an attack of opportunity. So I'm just going to attack here. Oh wow, we killed it. Okay, that could have been really bad. We might be able to survive this. So obviously Eileen's going to need to heal Holg here. So we're going to do Cure Wounds. And then she's just going to... You know what? She can... Yeah, she can't attack, but she can... I'd rather keep her back. Let's defend. Okay, that was not as bad as the last one, obviously. Alright, so let's just go ahead and attack here. Oh yeah, okay, we're doing a lot better than I thought. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here when I get my next turn. Alright, so now it's going to explain the attacks of opportunity. You threaten all squares into which you can make a melee attack, even when it's not your action. Alright, and that includes diagonal. And as long as it's not that 5-foot step, you will attack someone who moves out of that range. And it says 2 kinds of actions can provoke attacks of opportunity: moving out of a threatened square, and then performing an action within a threatened square. And this gets really annoying when you have a ranged character, because attacking from melee range with the ranged weapon means you're going to get attacked first with the attack of opportunity. So that can be kind of rough. Alright, she's going to go ahead and bludgeon this dude. And, I didn't realize that I had lost that much health. You know what, let's go ahead and, let's use this potion of Cure Wounds here. Alright, that didn't do a whole lot. And then we'll try to threaten these guys so they can't run away. So there's the flanking thing, finally. So when making a melee attack, you get a +2 flanking bonus if your opponent is threatened by a character or creature friendly to you on the opponent's opposite border or opposite corner, meaning diagonal or whatever this is, adjacent, right? Okay, so let's go over here. Alright, so they did, I guess that's the 5-foot steps. They didn't have to worry about that. Alright, so she can't get to anybody to attack, but she can still bless us. So let's do that. Alright, I didn't think we were going to be able to do that, but that's nice. So, we got 150 XP, we got some gold, some rep, and a light mace, a hand crossbow, a potion of mage armor, some nunchucks, and a heavy backpack. So that's interesting. That gives you 10 more weight capacity. Alright, so the whole point of this fortress is, of course, to introduce you to the kind of dungeon system, and now we can finally do that. Alright, so Spike's Fortress, as the name describes, can be easily identified even from such a long distance as this. However, there's no time to enjoy the scenery. You find those damned goblins outside the building. They mill about a strange statue preparing something without entering the fortress, leaving your companions practically unguarded. Here's our chance. With a nod, you look at each other and pull out your weapons. Alright, so let's look around. We can't see any of the enemies yet, which is not very helpful for our positioning here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move here behind this rock and defend. As for Todd, I'm just going to move him right here behind this rock and defend. Now, an unknown creature was acting out of view and then it came into view, so it's telling you when this stuff happens. Eileen, I still don't like our setup here. I'm just going to have her move behind a rock, and this will hopefully protect us from ranged attacks, at least for the time being. And you know what? Let me go ahead and... Oh, that's right. I have to be closer to cure those wounds. All right, let's just defend. All right, so it's my turn again. What I'm going to do is move up here. Okay, now we can see there were 3 of them here. And I'm going to move Todd in as well. I'd like to come around and flank, but I don't know how long that's going to take. I don't know exactly what the how far this extends over here. So let's have him move where I was a second ago. All right. Okay. Alright, we're getting attacked, but as you can see, they're not doing a lot of damage because these are actually at the appropriate level of difficulty for us. Alright, so what I'm going to want to do here, I'm just going to want to attack for now. I'm actually going to have her move here, and then bludgeon that dude, and miss. Now, if I were to move here, that is a 5-foot step, and we would then have the flank bonus on this guy. And I think that's worth it. Yeah, there we go. And then, to prevent this guy from moving around, we're just going to move right in here with Todd and attack. Alright. So, Eileen technically could attack here, but I think it might be more important to heal. And you can actually quick heal without even doing this or pressing 9 by just clicking on that. So that's what we'll do. Finish that dude off. And we're going to have her move in for the kill, hopefully. There we go. Oh, that's right, the charge. I forgot. So +1 bonus on melee attack and damage rolls if you move in a straight line at least 2 squares and without difficult terrain on the path. So that's obviously good. Now here, this will not be a straight line, so it won't be a charge, but there you go. Alright, we picked up a great club, which is nice. So now we're actually going to get into this place. Your companions are rescued with minimal casualties. Let them recuperate. Oh, that's right. They want us to do this first. Okay. I'm a little rusty, as you can tell. Eileen suggests that you head to Lud, which is a town nearby. It's also manned by the Adventurers Guild. And Eileen will take care of getting you registered with the guild. And so that's basically what we want to do. Alright. So this is showing us that we completed that quest. We obtained a Belt of Giant Strength +1 and our invitation letter to the Adventurers Guild. So here's the new quest. We need to go to Lud. I thought you went in here for a dungeon thing, but okay. So we're gonna have to run this video a little longer than expected. Normally I'd be closing it up right about now, but thanks to the ridiculous fight we had, that's gonna be different. Let me look at our inventory here. So I've got my companions now. We've got Sean the Cleric, we've got Aramil the Wizard, we've got Krusk the Barbarian, and we've got Lalinia the Sorcerer. Okay, so where's that Belt of Giant Strength? There it is. I'm going to put this on our main dude here. All right, so that's quite nice. What else we have? We have some tools. We have that light crossbow. Let's see what all weapons we're working with. We already have a light mace there. Light crossbow. A long spear, that's pretty nice. And another crossbow. Okay, that's fine. And obviously these things that have a red background means that character can't use them because they don't have the proficiency. Alright, so we're going to move up to Lud. Alright, so according to Eileen, you decide to take a break in Lud. Meanwhile, she will see to the affairs of getting you checked in. So that completes that quest. Here's the next one. Sufficient combat prowess and adequate supplies are essential. Alright, so we need to increase our party size to 5. Well, it's already 5, so that's great. And we need to own 10 supplies. So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go here and buy supplies. Now, we can get 19 supplies for just 152 gold. We've got 1,200, so let's buy them all. That completes the quest. And now, Eileen has prepared the necessary procedures, and we can now report for duty in Nothball, which is the Adventurers Guild headquarters. So we could sell some of this stuff. We could, look around for certain things for quests, but we're just going to follow the main quest line right now. Okay, so we need to travel again to Nothball, and if we click on that, it'll take us right to it. So we don't even have to know where it is, which is actually very helpful, but you can see it's way over here. We should not get attacked by anyone. I think we'll be fine. And there we go. So Eileen has prepared the necessary procedures for you, and we can report for duty. Quest complete. Now we have a new quest. We have to own 3,000 gold, we have to have 5 rep, and we have to defeat 5 groups of monsters. So this is where things become a lot more open-ended. You'll also notice there's some new things here. There's a shop, as opposed to a blacksmith, so it's going to have more than just weapons and things like that. So you can see some really expensive but nice items over here. You also have a temple, and this is where you can buy healing potions, but not just that. You can also, if you go to town services, resurrect dead at the temple. If someone in your party is dead, you can also buy a trade license, buy spell materials, and we should buy some. That's really expensive. Let's just get like 15 of them here. Over here, this is the Adventurers Guild. So if you click on this, you can see there's all these different things you can do. Retrain a character, retrain their skills. This is just the substitute characters. You can leave some characters in this town, that kind of thing. So the last thing I want to do is kind of show you how the dungeons work in this game. And by dungeon, I kind of mean most places you can see on the map here. We're going to have to find something that has a reasonable difficulty level, though. Let's look at the stuff we passed. A lot of these are, orange skulls. We're looking for green skulls like that Screaming Cavern. I might actually want to go all the way back there if I can. I don't want to run into this guy. Oh, well, that's just a battle. We don't want to do that. We've already seen how that works. So let's come down this way. Oh, of course, there's that same group of monsters. Or enemies, whatever you want to call them. Alright, so we're going to go through here. You see we just used some of our supplies. And let's make our way to the Screaming Cavern. Alright, so this is going to be the interface for exploring dungeons. So right now it looks really like a really small, unimpressive place, but that's because we haven't explored past this one corridor here. So if you click on the question mark here, it says use listen. What's going to happen is our party will stop right here and they will listen to try to determine if they can figure out what's in that room. But on the way we found a suspicious place. So if we click on that, we can see that there's something suspicious ahead, and we actually have, thanks to Aramil here, my goodness, an intelligence modifier and a bonus from being an elf. We have a 75% chance of figuring out what's going on, so let's search. And it was a success. We found a swinging block trap. Now we have to disarm it. And this is not so good, as you can see, because we've got a 10% chance. But if we choose Aramil, oh look, it's 17%. So what's probably going to happen here, well, that's actually 20. Okay, oh, that's right, you can use several people to combine their skills. I think you can use 3 like we see here. We're still probably going to fail this disarm attempt, and someone's going to get hurt. Get used to it. Yep, we failed. So, a swinging block trap is triggered. Melee attack, Aramil, and it actually missed, so thank goodness nobody got hurt. So now we can move past it, and we'll do our listen, and the situation is unknown, so we're just going to have to step in here and see what happens. Alright, nothing in there, and now we see there's another corridor here. Same thing. We see there's a corridor this way, so as you can see, this can get fairly complicated. The dungeons can get quite large, and there can be multiple floors as well, and you'll see a staircase icon in a room if that's the case. Let's look at this. We have a 95% chance of finding something here. We found a fuselage of darts. And again, the best we can do is a 20% chance of disarming. Let's try it again. There's no way we're going to get lucky this time. Yeah, okay, we failed, and as you can see, Krusk took 5 points of damage, Aramil took 3. Alright, so let's see what's in this room. Let's do our listen. And we found some monsters, a few dwarf maulers and a few halfling slingers. So, here we are. We can zoom way in here because this is a relatively small map. There's the slingers, there's the maulers. So now we have our actual party. So this is Sean the cleric. And he has, or no, this is Krusk? Is this Krusk? Oh, this is Krusk. No, I'm wrong. It is Sean. A little confused there because I moused over Krusk right here when I went to the right to mouse over these things. Alright, I'm dumb. Whatever. So what we're going to do is, let's go ahead and just attack. Let's move over here. Alright, that's decent. And now we have Aramil the Wizard, so we could use a spell like Magic Missile. We also have a shield spell. If we try Magic Missile, we have a 100% chance of hitting that guy, 100% there. Let's just hit this guy. Okay, not bad. Let's defend. Mauler moves up, and he actually has a cleave attack. So he would have hit both of us. He missed this guy and hit Sean. Alright, so now it's my turn here. I don't want to move here because then I'll be flanked. So all I want to do is just attack. Now this guy, if I'm not mistaken, can attack from 2 spaces away because he has the spear. Let's see if that's true. Yeah, that's very nice. Now that was an interesting attack. Yeah, he attacked both of us. It's a double attack again. So here is Lilinia, our sorcerer. She's got Summon Elemental, and I kind of want to try that just to see what happens. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, so the Elemental is going to move and attack on its own. Looks like he has a lot of attacks, and then that attack of opportunity, that's pretty powerful. Alright, let's move our cleric in here to attack for some reason. And then this is our standard ranged attack with the, I believe, Aramil has a crossbow? Yeah. Alright, we missed, and it was 55% chance. Alright, there we go. And we got a +1 Masterwork Heavy Shield and some sling bullets. Alright, and so you just go on and continue exploring until you find the, for lack of a better term, the boss in this area. And we're going to go ahead and stop this video right here. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I appreciate that very much. If you like what you see, please go grab this on Steam. It is a really fun game. And as we saw in the beginning, it's highly customizable. There's so much you can do. And I highly recommend it. So please hit like and subscribe if you would like to. And I will see you all next time.